Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. We are from Sekolah Menengah Sains Muza Farsha and we will be presenting our research on the social impacts of COVID-19 on the well-being of a nation. The title of our research is COVID-19, Embracing Challenges and Empowering Communities. The pandemic has impacted the social lives of many in Malaysia. As days pass, the moans and groans of the citizens have grown more and more audible as they suffer from various problems. In this study, we look at social challenges such as mental health issues, lack of social interaction, unemployment, and misleading information about COVID-19 to increase awareness and to propose solutions for the common good of the nation by analyzing the gains and losses. Materials from valid and reliable sources, as well as online questionnaires with over 100 respondents, are used as our research methodology. First, we would like to present the benefits and drawbacks of the pandemic societal effect on mental health. The community in Malaysia is not exempted from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on their mental health, said Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah. Social factors that cause excessive stress, such as losing job or source of income, can affect some individuals with high risk of mental problem and depression. If the depression failed to be identified and treated properly, there is a risk of suicidal behavior. As of July this year, a total of 628 suicide cases were reported by the Royal Malaysia Police (PDRM) compared to 262 cases over the corresponding period in 2020. An increase of 1.4 times more. About 70% of our respondents are affected by mental health, and the most affected groups are children, college students, young adults, and health workers. Kids can experience anxiety and social isolation, which can lead to short or long-term effects on their mental health. Students are also getting overworked and stressed due to online classes, which leads to burnout syndrome. Physical isolation among family members at home can put young adults at serious mental health risk, which causes anxiety and stress. Frontliners may develop mental health symptoms from the fear of the virus, long working hours, and death of their colleagues. Our investigations has revealed that there are some potential solutions to these issues. Programs such as Act Fast Hope Built, which is aimed at increasing public confidence to play a role in preventing suicides, should be encouraged. Our respondents believe that spending time with family members, exercise regularly, following a routine, and also taking a break from traditional and social media can help to overcome mental health issues. Lastly, surround ourselves with positivity and make your mental health a priority.
Next, social interaction issues are a widespread concern during COVID-19 pandemic. Social interaction is a dynamic sequence of social actions between individuals or groups who modify their actions and reaction based on the action by their interaction partner. First, let us talk about the necessity of social interaction. An appropriate social interactive environments help children develop strong language skill, social intelligence, and also confidence. Interacting and playing with both peers and adults has an important impact on learning opportunities for young children. Whereas for seniors, social interaction can boost mood. Fewer psychological issues and high level of social support lead to better health and speedy recoveries from chronic diseases and illnesses. From our research, about 42.8% of our respondents are affected by social interaction. Secondly, while physical separation reduces the spread of the virus, this practice limits in-person social interaction. About 20.1% of our respondents admitted to being distracted with physical separation during this difficult time. We found out that this narrowed their sense of social connection. The reduction in the physical availability of social connection is very concerning because social connection is crucial for people's well-being. Nevertheless, not all is lost. From our survey, it is shown that not only people become more obedient toward the government's decision, but they are also more responsible toward other people to keep the society safe. For example, there's an increase of 34% of the awareness in wearing face masks compared to only 55% in 2020. Furthermore, as for January 2021, about 86% of the Malaysian population are reported to be active social media users. This is an increase of 24% compared to 2016. The increased usage of technology and social media is a good effect of this pandemic where people find ways to keep connected with each other. This makes us learn to appreciate people around us. This pandemic also encourages more interaction and time with people staying under the same roof.
Moving on to the next point, which is the unemployment and financial crisis that is arising in this pandemic. Approximately 31% of the respondents are suffering from food shortage, homelessness, and financial crisis due to unemployment. Unemployed people are those who do not work for a period of time and those who are looking for a job. Small, medium, and big industries have been affected. And this causes an increase in the rate of unemployment to 4.8% compared to before the pandemic, which was only 3.3%. When we think of unemployment, we will think about the losses incurred. The difficulties to find another job during the pandemic is hard, with the significant decrease in household savings, which in turn increases debts. Many have lost their source of income to support their family and are struggling to survive with their existing savings. However, every dark cloud has a silver lining. Little did we know that there are survivors who found ways to cope with this situation. For example, a Malaysian airline pilot named Johan Mat Rosnan, who flew international flights, was unemployed and unassigned as the international borders were closed. He then started to open a bakery business that not only helped him to earn income but also helped him psychologically by keeping him busy. From his story, we could see that there are benefits from the pandemic. It has encouraged workers to find a new way to earn more income besides gaining new experience and discovering new talents. Furthermore, unemployment benefit programs encourage workers to accept jobs that are vital to our economy during the pandemic. In addition, workers could also learn how to plan their financial states to avoid excessive expenditure. Moreover, many local communities help these unemployed people by purchasing local products to stabilize the economy. The community also lend a helping hand by donating food packs and initiating local food banks. Humanitarian missions flourish during this challenging time too, as people have come to realize that there is only one race, that is human race.
Our last, but certainly not least point in this study is dissemination of false information. False information is news or stories created to deliberately misinform or deceive readers. In correlation to the COVID-19 pandemic, false information poses a global public health problem that affects the government's abilities to mitigate the disease and self-harm due to false beliefs about the virus, prevention measures, vaccines, or cures. False information is mainly caused by misleading headings or posts on social media by netizens. Some may be intentional, while others may not. Next, let's talk about the losses that we, as a common community, have incurred from the spread of false information during the COVID-19 pandemic. First, false information can affect human behavior and raises questions for many social media users, companies, and policymakers. It also raises doubts and distrust throughout the nation, which may lead to conspiracy theories, one that is surely profitable for publishers, which in turn would lead to even more false information. The first tip to identify false information is to do a fact check. You should read a story to the end, and if found to be dubious, search for fact checking websites to see whether it has been debunked. Next, you should be aware of oversharing, an act where someone urges you to share their sensational news and do research before spreading awareness. However, we must also talk about how false information may also be a blessing in disguise. People will now conduct more thorough research regarding such radical claims or bizarre information from publishers or posts on social media. This allows the community to learn more, to gain more knowledge and spread awareness the same way false information spreads. This statement highlights the crucial role that social media can play in the global fight against the pandemic. In conclusion, the COVID-19 pandemic has left a permanent mark on our lives. Participants in this research raised several negative consequences and highlighted social harm for the people and communities. While it does show more of its negative side, the pandemic also has its fair share of positives. For every low, there's a high, and it's true for this current scenario. This period welcomes ideas, tips, and tricks to beat the lockdowns and help our communities to become stronger. Every coin has two faces. With the bad comes the good, and these are the predictions that we think will stick and become the norm. We're a race of survivors, and we're going to win this too. The battle is hard and long. Let's look forward and focus on the brighter side. Sir Winston Churchill once said, "Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising up every time we fall."
Thank you for watching. Zentron signing off.